right, man. So, Mo.
What it do? What it do?
First, man, I want to say, man, I appreciate you for coming out, man.
Oh, man.
And supporting us, man.
It's my pleasure, man. You know anything for an old friend, man.
You, of course, bro. And you officially the first interview for our P.O.M.E series. It's the product of my environment. Right, so first off, you can just jump straight into it. Tell the people where you from.
From Southeast Washington, D.C., from a little small little rip, about a block or two, 1800 block of T Street. It's located between, I say, Chopper City and Minnesota Avenue.
How long you lived there?
I've been right there since I've been about 11, 12. I went to this middle school called Kramer. Before then, was around P.O.M.E Gardens, Kentucky Avenue, in a school called P.O.M.E. Before then, Eaton Road, Berry Farms.
You was living around P.O.M.E Gardens, right?
Yeah, I know. That's like when we went to school. I knew that's how I knew Rowe. That's how I knew Rashad and all them. I played for Watkins. I was on like Watkins' first football team ever.
What?
I played for Peter Bug.
What the hell? I didn't know that.
I'm official Southeast dude, man.
For sure. You was on both sides.
Not only side I'm not from is all the way up. I've never lived like in
Minnesota at?
No, like the real Southeast. Like I've never really like Chesapeake, Atlantic. I've never lived around there.
That's the real Southeast?
Oh, what? What? So I've never really found the real Southeast. But the other Southeast, I've been all over.
Okay. So what high school you go to?
Oh man, I'm an Indian, man.
All day.
And Acacia, man.
All day.
I didn't finish, so I don't have a class. But
you was class 07, right? Supposedly?
Maybe,
Okay.
whatever you want to go with. We can go with that one, whatever one.
So, I guess tell us why you didn't get to graduate. What happened?
Well, unfortunately, as a teenager, just being in the mix, doing dumb stuff. I went to jail. I went to prison. 17, charged as an adult for armed carjacking. I was lucky, I guess. I always say I was lucky because I committed my crime in the state of Maryland. I got all the way back around T Street and got locked up. But because my crime was committed in Maryland, I was able to serve my time in Maryland, which allowed my family to see me a little bit better than being in the feds and being shipped all over the place.
Yeah, for sure. So would you say you going to jail? Well, first, how long was you there?
So
what was you sentenced?
So when I was sentenced to 20 years. God was good. God was faithful.
As always.
He was just and he was kind. And so I ended up getting, majority of it suspended, and I ended up getting 8 years. Because I went to prison so young, still like immature, still aggressive, and violent or whatnot. I was mainly supposed to be doing basically like half your time and come home. And so half of 8 is the 4. So I ended up doing 7 because my problems.
Inside.
Yes, my problems.
Understand. So would you say, do you have any regrets?
Nah. One thing about going away, whenever you come back out, there's always something missing. I've experienced a few deaths while I was away. It was one that really touched me, but other than that, nah. That's the only thing that that one death really messed me up. It affected me deeply because this person died doing an armed carjacking, and he was very close to me. And even now, to this day,
still fuck with
you? Yeah, it all man breaks me down, something crazy. And he lost his life. Kind of crazy, like I said, being a Southeast dude. This happened not too far from where we from. They found him in Fort DuPont Park, just thrown in the bushes or whatever. So yeah.
So what did you miss most while you was gone? Because on the outside, if you didn't know, you was Mr. Lot.
Yeah, I figured.
You was Mr. Lot.
I figured as much.
Come to school one day and not seeing your ass.
Yeah, I figured as much.
I fuck this nigga at.
I figured as much. You guys, I think out of everything that I missed, I miss basketball. I miss
That was the escape.
Yeah, I miss my mentor. My mentor was my basketball coach, and
shout out to Dean.
Shout out to Big Dean. Shout out to Big Dean. And so I was kind of raw. Picked up the ball kind of late, but I had heart.
You did.
Bro could work with heart. So the game he could teach me, the heart he couldn't. And so we just grind. We grind. So he took somebody who's basically playing jail ball and like actually gave me skill, gave me a pull-up jumper, taught me how to go left. You know what I'm saying?
Started
Things
play
like
like
that.
Gil.
You know what I mean? Like slide my feet, play defense. Like, you know what I mean? And I think that kind of like that would have saved me. It'll send me. I can't tell you that I'd have been all met and all this other good stuff, but I think it might could have got me to a JUCO. Could have got me to D2 if I really stayed with it. And so out of everything, that's really what I miss. Because like I said, at 17, life haven't really started for me yet. I didn't have kids. I had friends, you know what I'm saying, but I just knew calling them wouldn't necessarily help my time go past.
Mm-hmm.
So I really wasn't really connected to the streets that way. I might have called home maybe like once a year, twice a year. But the only thing that I really missed probably was my mentor in basketball. Let him down. I know he wanted a championship, give him a jacket. And that's probably something I wasn't able to give him that I probably would have got him.
So, do you think you would have came out the same individual that you are today if you wouldn't have went to jail?
Unfortunately, I'd probably be deceased. Unfortunately.
Think so?
Deceased or the not having full activity of my limbs and my body. During the times I went to jail, we was beefing. I mean, crazy. It was stupid. Like literally, like I probably was involved. Out of 7 days a week, I probably was involved in a shooting 6 days a week.
I remember.
And that's 7 days because on Sunday I went to church and I didn't come outside.
It's not funny, man, but.
And I'm not going to say that all 6 days I was the aggressor.
Yeah.
I mean, aggressor. Some of those days I was running. You know what I mean? Like
some days you gotta run, bro.
Yeah. And because bullets hurt.
They
From what I heard, bullets hurt. But yeah, we was really, unfortunately, we was all in.
So at this point now, what would you say helped you turn over a new leaf once you got out?
Kind of crazy falling back to that guy Dean. So Dean never made me any promises. Like, hey, get out, I got this, and all that good stuff, right? So he never really led me on. So he was like, hey man, keep yourself clean. I'm busy, something's gonna shake. I'm gonna put you on. You know what I'm saying? It was never nothing. I mean, something put me on could be like something like
Anything.
$11 an hour job, $12 an hour job. So, of course I came back home, hit the block, doing the things that, come with that. But I never really engulfed myself. When there was ever opportunities where I can sell more drugs, I never took that opportunity because Dean always made sure that, he was around, he was in my ear. Even to the point where he would pop up on T Street, which is kind of rare that people, grown people have another grown person pop up.
That's very rare on that street.
Yeah, and hey man, hey man, what you doing? Hey man, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? And my buddies at the time, they be like, Dean's still in your life? Yeah, they're like, man, that nigga like my father. So it was Dean, man. It was Dean. Dean and I had another so growing up, like I said, I come from a small street, and it was 3 of us. It was myself. I have another real good friend. His name, I can give you his Instagram name, maybe. That man, Dre Baldwin. and then and then it was my other little man Stevie. And so at the time, like
I think I remember both of them.
Yes, at the time we was all going 100 miles per hour.
Yes.
In the 30 mile per hour zone. But me and Stevie was a little bit more closer, and we did things outside of just selling drugs. Drayden mostly just did the selling drugs thing. We kind of like did everything plus sell drugs. And so I came home, like I said, I wasn't calling like that. And I've heard some things. I heard some stories. I was messing with this girl, Pooh, Chopper City Pooh at the time. Mm-hmm. And she was telling me...
When you came home?
No, while I was in prison.
Word.
That's my high school sweetheart. She did a whole bit with me. Yeah. And
the whole 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to marry her ass.
Yeah. So that's a whole nother story, whole nother podcast. So she was telling me like, hey man, there's some stuff being out here said about Stevie. You know, I don't know what's going on, but you know, there's some articles and some things going around. So I come home and I feel like I just heard like the words, basically like I heard he died. He was involved in something with another gentleman from around our way, and they got locked up together in the car, and a pistol was in the car. Unfortunately, my friend, he told on my other associate, I wouldn't call that guy my friend, mm-hmm. My other associate, and so that made him happy, made him snitch, and that hurt, because unfortunately, regardless if I'm in the streets or not, our friendship could never be the same. It could never be something intimate, like a bond of a brotherhood. Like it'll always be something where I have deep emotional affection for him, but it could never be like 100% all the way out. And then also was discovered that I think him dealing with the grief and the burden of being high, being a rat, that he ended up trying harder drugs. And I think one day, I guess being high or whatever, allegedly, it was all alleged, that he killed the baby, and he got 17 years for it.
God damn, boy. Since we on the subject,
yes, sir.
Since we on the subject, this is a good segue. I was gonna save it till later, but so first I'm gonna say, like on our last episode on Solid and Original, me and Dale talked about a specific topic in terms of snitching. When it came to snitching, like no matter what, from what we tried to get across to people was where we were from and how we were raised. No matter what part of life that you was in, if you weren't considered a full-fledged citizen, telling is not an option. Now, just you can agree or disagree. I just want you to explain if you feel the same way that we feel in terms of it has nothing to do with this whole street code that people speak of. It's saying if I do dirt with my brother, I did dirt with my brother, mm-hmm. right? Fuck the street code. Okay. I'm not telling on you. Okay. Like you see, so. Do you feel the same way, or do you feel like, oh no, it's a certain code that you gotta abide by, or is it just as simple as we shouldn't be telling on each other since we doing a crime together?
I believe as a man, you gotta stand on morals and principles.
It's a fact.
So regardless if street or not, because currently, like, I'm not in the streets.
For sure.
So I am a citizen. I wouldn't tell on nobody if it was to save my life. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a code of the street. Like I said, I think it's more, for me, it's more so more in a principle. Can it be, can a conclusion be drawn that is like that for me because I come from the streets? I would say yes. Like you can come to that and kind of have a little merit to it. But personally, I feel you should be doing anything that you're not ready to take the full responsibility for it. And I think that what snitching does, and in a lot of ways, it's basically what these guys is in the streets now, what they do. When I came up under
like it's nothing.
the people that I came up under, I was told that you had to take the good with the bad. You know what I mean? Like on the chin. Good, bad. Good, bad, indifferent, whatever is yours. Whenever you was ready to make that decision. I think what the young man 6'9", and like a lot of guys out here in the streets now, they just see like, okay, cool, my man got a couple of dollars, my man talked to a couple of girls, he said a little coke, weed, whatever. I can do the same thing. But nobody ever told him like, hey, shorty, there's a 8x10 with your name on it. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna go on somebody's farm, you gonna go on somebody's mountain, you gonna go on somebody's plantation, and you're gonna become a number. You gotta be able to handle that. You gotta be able to understand that those girls not gonna be in there. You know what I'm saying? That love that you was getting when you was kind of like supporting everybody else, when you was kind of like feeding everybody else, that's not really gonna happen when you go in there, man. You're gonna be living from state day to state day. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be rough, and nobody tells these people that. So everybody assumes like, oh, I can do it, but once it come back, oh, now I want to play the other side. And that's the same thing with the pistol play and all that. Like you want to shoot at people, but soon somebody shoots you, now you want to tell. So,
but now let's talk about that. Let's get into 6ix9ine real quick, just real briefly. He was charged with what? 23 counts.
Okay.
He was charged, but he was facing 23. He was charged with 9, if I'm not mistaken, right?
He got charged with 9, but he was facing 20.
Yes.
Okay.
He got charged with 9. Name a couple: racketeering, assault, conspiracies. It's a whole bunch of conspiracy charges. But
racketeering.
I say racketeering. But the boy, I gotta call him a boy because of how he portrayed himself outside of prison, and then how he portrayed himself before he even got to a cell, right? So he literally didn't even blink and told everything about everybody, including somebody who was actually his friend. Because if just to give a backstory on it, if you didn't know or everybody else didn't know, all those guys he told on wasn't his friends. They were just guys that that was from around the way, that was older, both sides saw an opportunity and they both took it, right? But the guy who was so-called that he put the hit out on live Instagram, the guy that he put on Chief Keef, that was his actual man. That was his homeboy, and he told on him.
Right.
And his man, if I'm not mistaken, he got how many years already?
He facing 15 to 20.
But this the young man that's out on bail, right?
Nah, he locked up. He's sitting down.
Okay, I thought one of them had like posted like $1 million bond.
Probably one of them, but I mean, because I think if I'm not mistaken, it's what, 15?
Yeah, it's a lot of them, man.
It's a lot of them.
I think his name is Kuda. He was going to shoot Keith, essentially off the strength. He facing 15 to 20.
Yeah, I heard something like it was like a $10,000 thing. But first, starting from the beginning, we can run it down.
Okay.
From the beginning, the offer basically the deal that he took, it's not a deal. It's not a deal. So with my charge, I had a co-defendant. My co-defendant didn't get caught, so I ended up having to get those charges and stuff like that, all that stuff as well. So I think I had like 26 counts, 25 counts. But when you take a plea for like that, you typically only have to take a plea to one of the charges. In this case, old boy has 9. It's a bad deal from the jump, because they got to give you time for all those charges.
Wait, and this is public record, baffling to me as well. The reason why I'm even bringing this up was the fact that because his deal was something that in my 30 years of life that I've never seen before in my life.
Okay.
He's getting off scot-free. If he was to commit no crimes after he testifies against all these individuals, he is a free man. That was his deal. If he cooperates fully about everything.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but it's never that simple.
I agree 100%. It's like, can you pull up Tekashi's the public record real quick?
Because I don't know it. But it's in my estimation that he may be like a lifelong snitch.
See, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Because if you say like, okay, cool, for this one trial, this one jump, you're going to tell on these people, right? Mm-hmm. It kind of like doesn't work like that. And the reason why I say that is because I'm pretty sure this is a high profile case, so I'm pretty sure it's federal.
For sure, all the way.
The feds don't care who you are.
Nope.
How much money you got, how many drugs you sold, how many people you killed. They sentence you and you get time by law. In the state, which unfortunately I was, you get time basically just off what somebody feeling at the moment. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a charge.
Federals is minimums and maximums.
No, because I was in minimums and maximums as far as prisons, but as far as the federal, and this is why when we go into feds and it's cases, this be like years and months of investigation. There's a lot of evidence. You know what I'm saying? And like the state, like
they have a 97 to 98% success rate in terms of conviction.
State about the same way because everybody get down. So it's the same thing. But what I'm saying is that the amount of evidence that's against you in a federal case is like maybe like 1,000 times more than a state. Like there's more likely for you to be the case in state than it is to be the case in the feds. And another thing, I know for the state of Maryland conspiracy get you 10 years. In the feds, the conspiracy can get you about the 25, 35, 45, 55. So it's all different. But like I say, with him being in the feds, like you being famous is not nothing new. They have arrested John Gotti, all the mobsters ever.
The real ones. The ones that actually did
the Italians, the black ones. Yeah. They arrest serial killers, terrorists. So you kind of like aren't famous. Like this is what they do. And so what I believe is that the evidence may have been light on 6ix9ine, right? And since that being basically like it's to do with P.O.M.E, he gonna roll over as Skip. But being that he is a P.O.M.E, but he has a lot of information, and he's a credible witness, and so that's why the offer was given to him. Going back to his friends and some stuff that I heard, this is why people really shouldn't put a lot into girls who aren't your wives. So apparently when his friends went as baby mother, the people showed him that
all the way.
And then he flipped. Like,
all the way.
Like he was really like this to take whatever came with it until he found out that like his baby mother, when his man went at his baby mother. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't know. I don't know.
So let's for a quick second let's touch on the rest of the cats. The actual the Trey Six Bloods? That's what they are? What are they called? That's what they are? Trey Six Bloods. These are
Trey Six.
I think we're gonna call them New York Bloods.
The New York Bloods the people he's snitching on.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So
eight Trey gangsters.
Yeah, whatever their name is.
So it's not 9 Trey.
Not probably. Who knows?
Yeah, it's one
Who knows?
So 9 Trey. So because 9 Trey is in this area.
Really?
Okay. I was locked up with several people from 9 Trey. I don't know if they're still in it.
Kill.
You got Joker, who was a big dude at the time in it.
Inside.
Yeah, you had Fat James from 4th Street. Went by the name of Ryder.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was I don't know if you guys familiar. He was on the case with Big Booby. Y'all remember Big Booby before 4th Street getting line with him? Fat James was on the case with him. They were 9 Trey.
Really?
Yeah, we all came through Upper Marlboro. I ended up seeing them later on at ECI, RCI. Yeah, good dudes though. Good dudes.
All right, so going back to these cats, right? Do you feel as though that the decisions that they made was pretty ill-advised and idiotic in terms of allowing this kid to be exposed to so much information and knowing damn well he wasn't built
for none of this.
For none of that.
Right.
Right? So do you feel like a lot of times, of course, snitching is snitching, but you grown ass men, you kind of at fault for this. You brought this on yourself.
Yeah, but you got to see, it's a new game. It's a new age. It's a new age. I'm gonna elaborate.
Go ahead.
Now everything is off the images. I could wear the foreign this, foreign that, foreign this, and attract a lot of attention, get a lot of likes, get a lot of love, all as I got this on. And like say, with it being like images, social media, and things like that, everybody want to be loved. Everybody want to see a red heart on their picture. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm with a man who on, and me taking a picture with this, regardless if he a sucker or whatever, it don't matter. It don't matter, you know what I'm saying? It's going to give me some notoriety. It's going to give me, a little credit. Like, oh, yeah, that's my man. He be with a 6'9" dude. That's my homie. Woo, 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 woo. There's a picture or two out there floating. You know what I'm saying? You with whatever. You with whatever. And you also got to see it if you're an artist. You know what I'm saying? This man made it. Oh, cool. Let me come up under that. Cool.
See,
say if you're a goon, right? Because this right here be what a lot of times will happen. You're a goon. You don't know how to get no money.
No, that's a fact.
You're just a goon. This dude make it, right? Come back. Here, bruh, take this. You know what I'm saying? But you're a goon. So you ain't never really had no money. You know what I'm saying? You always pressed up on people. But now here you is with a half a jump, whole jump. You know what I'm saying? You take it back to the hood, break it down. Now, you go from being a goon, bummy nigga that's putting in a lot of work. Now you the man. You ain't never got to do nothing else because it's already established that you're a goon. Now you get money.
See, I feel like that's exactly what happened. Is what I feel like, because I feel like me, even you, and everybody else in this damn room, as grown as men, growing up, seeing people go to prison for things, like we know, like shit, a decision like that. I don't give a fuck about no likes under my picture. I know what people come to me. Prison is a horror story. Just because of the fact that you locked down 23 to 24 hours, you can't see the people you love. You would. All these other niggas, you have no clue what they've done, who they are, right? So it's like, I don't ever want to live like that. But just to get some money and some notoriety, it got to be somebody that don't know no better.
No, there's a lot of people out here taking 5 minutes of fame.
That's
all it is 5 minutes of fame. Man. It's just like in a different arena though. Like you don't see it like that, but no, it's the 5 minutes of fame.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna run with it. I'm gonna get it. But with my man, I know y'all got the new 2 Chainz, yo.
Of course.
But these niggas out here living like this is a practice life.
That's a fact.
These niggas out here living like this
That's
is
like
this is Xbox.
That's a
Once
fact.
I die,
That's a fact.
it's just gonna restart from the chapter, the checkpoint.
Yeah.
Like, bro, this is it.
And once they get in front of all that rosewood and that white man with that big ass black gown
It's
on,
always a white man. It's always a white man. It's always a white man. Everybody I've ever talked to.
Always. When you face the time, it's always
the guy who gave me my time? White man. So
Was he old?
But and it's crazy. I couldn't tell you what the man looked like to the day. All I remember is that he was white. He was white. He didn't care about all the people who came and spoke about my character.
Didn't matter.
He was just like, matter of fact, they were saying that I was young, right? Uh-huh. He said that you so young that you can do it. You can do it. you can do this. Don't worry. Come on. Yeah. Take him. So, yeah.
All right. Yeah. So all right. Let's switch gears and this is probably gonna bring it to a close after this question. So
okay.
like after you being now, a changed man, an evolved man, a better man, like what are your plans for the future?
I'm changed. I'm involved, but I'm that guy. I'm still that guy. Like on 18th Street, I've done some things. You know what I'm saying? Some things I can't take back. You know what I'm saying? On 18th Street, for 18th Street. You know what I mean? Whatever. And so, because of those things, I'm somebody big homie. You don't have to go hard. Not having to go hard. They not giving out medals for going hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always try to give them a different route. Far as what I'm doing in the community, I wouldn't call myself an activist or nothing like that, but I try to make important impact. I work at this nonprofit by the name of Bright Beginnings. There, I do many things, but officially I wear the hat as a facilities coordinator. But I'm constantly involved in our workforce development program.
That's dope.
Trying to make sure we get some people employed with career jobs, and not necessarily that $10 jump that you can't take care of your families on.
Things that you can
trying to get you in here, get you some education, get you some trades, man, get you to sustain your family. We doing that. I got a fatherhood initiative that I'm behind and that I support. Somebody else leads it, but I support. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe that a lot of programs that's offered in the city Not necessarily saying because, you know, they the only one that want help, but they the only ones kind of like that's always there for the kids and their families. It's for the women. It's for the mothers, single mothers who definitely need it. But at the same time, man, it's dads out there. You know what I'm saying? There's people out there who want to take care of their kids and just don't have the means. And so basically you want to kind of like reach out to them like, hey, man, you don't have to do that. You don't have to risk your life and your freedom and then can't do nothing for your family. Like, come on in here. You know what I'm saying? Connect with us. We can connect with others. I'm an assistant pastor at my own church, not too far from here.
Dope.
Tabernacle Full Gospel Baptist Church. There's we got members there that reach out to me all the time. I know recently I offered the fathers that was like really dedicated to what was going on in the program. There's a young lady, her son's father, he was like a rep for Lowe's, and they was doing like a career day. They was coming, they was hiring, they was putting you on, helping you with get the forklift and all that so you can make some decent money. And all the guys, man, that was really serious, man, got with me, put their names in there. And, you know, hopefully, you know, in the near future, man, they come back with success stories, man, about them getting on their feet. I ain't telling them something they got to do forever, but I'm going to put them on their feet like somebody put me on mine.
Man, good shit.
That's what's up, man.
Last question before we get you out of here, boss. What made you go back? And what made you go back and do positive shit in the community that you were raised in?
When I came back home, there was a lot of new faces. And we
young faces?
A lot of young faces. And like, there was names that was mentioned that these young boys didn't even know. And I was like, you know what? There's going to be a generation out of them. All the mess that they do in the streets or whatever, somebody won't even know their name. They'll be somewhere in a box on a mountain doing the 50, 70 years. And the next
one dumb decision.
don't even know them. And I was like, you know what? We got to break it. You know, we got to break the cycle. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you, man, you know, to right now stop selling drugs. I would never tell you that. My mentor, whatever I was doing, he did not tell me to stop selling drugs. He told me to stay clean until I can get you on your feet. He never told me to stop doing what I was doing. And that's the problem that I really have, is that a lot of people that try to really come and help the youth, the young men, whatever, they always want them to stop doing what they're doing and just wait on them. I think that's the most asinine thing ever. How can you stop telling me to provide for myself? I mean, right or wrong. Right or wrong. Right or wrong. Right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's wrong. I know it's wrong. I know it ain't right.
That's all you know.
But at the same time, it ain't right for your son to go home.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't right. That ain't right.
That's a fact.
I'm telling you right now, as a man, as a former street guy, as a current pastor, if there's a young man right now selling drugs, I would not tell him to stop selling drugs.
Because it ain't that easy.
What I would tell him is connect with somebody, man. Connect with me. Connect with me, and I'm gonna make him the same promise that my mentor made me. You stay clean, and soon something pop up, man, I got you.
So, man, Mo, real quick before you get you out of here, man, plug yourself, my brother, so everybody know where they can find you, if they want to hit you up, connect with you or anything like that, man.
Okay, cool, man. I'll be on the gram. My name Mo. Don't ask me about it, but my name Mo on the gram. On Facebook, can't keep an alias because there's a lot of old people in my family that be clocking me. So my name is Malcolm Lane, not Malcolm, Malcolm. And for real, man, if you really want to see me, man, I'll be on T Street. I'll be on T Street. For real, if you really want to catch me, I'll be on T Street with my good man. You know what I'm saying? They selling drugs across the street. But we can step on the other side of the street. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real down-to-earth guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because, like, please don't take this past and think I am a real approachable guy. I'm relatable. I don't believe that Christianity and the leaders of Christianity should criticize and condemn. I believe that we should be relatable. It's a reason that God took you through that. He took you through that so that you can relate to someone else. The Holy Spirit's job is to convict you. My job is to relate to you. My job is to tell you, like, hey, I understand what that is. I understand what you're going through. Let me pray for you. Let me be here with you. Let me help you. Never let me condemn you, man, with my words. So, man, you might catch me outside, man, in the crap game, man. And what I need you to do is I just need you to pull out your money and just bet. I don't need you to take the picture, post a picture, or none of that, man. Like I say, man, I'm a real guy, man. I'm a real guy, man. I'm a real guy. I bleed blood. So I'm real relatable, man. And, you know, we going to build, man. You know, Southeast dude, man. We going to make Southeast something. These white people not going to come in our community and flip our community and tell them, man, that they did it for us. Nah, we going to stand on our 10 toes, man. We did wrong, and it's time for us to make it right.
And on that note, man, We appreciate you for coming out, my brother. You know, and we definitely gonna be keeping in contact with you for sure.
Man. Call, I
for
come
sure.
running, man. Call, I come running,
you know,
man.
and we really appreciate you for coming out, Mo. And that's what's up, man. We out, y'all.
My man.